Welcome to Be Connected on this lovely Thursday evening. We have an amazing group of people here tonight, but everyone that came here tonight is here to see Drae Ockenden, who is our cyber specialist here at Be Connected World. He is going to go through a different topic each week on different types of tech that we need to know for our businesses. And tonight is one that I guarantee you've used, but may not know how to do yourself, or the different ways that you can use it in your business. So I will hand over to Drae.
Thank you. Tonight I will be talking about QR codes, how to use them, different ways to make them, how to make them for free, and how to customize them. If you have questions along the way, I'll stop periodically and ask, because I will be showing a few different things that you probably didn't know QR codes could do. So the first thing I'll do is I'll share my screen. Can you all see that? Yep, awesome. All right, I'll move you over here. Okay, so the website I put in the chat, so this is qrcodemonkey.com. And this is where I create all of my QR codes, including this one over here. And I use this website because it's free and because you can customize the colors and the shapes. And you can even upload logos to it if you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top here by putting in the link to my website. I won't turn on the statistics because that requires a paid account, as you can see. And then for the colors, now the colors, you need to make sure that there's enough contrast in the foreground and the background. So what I'll do is I'll try to choose a dark color and maybe a lighter one like that. Now in the logo section, you don't have to add a logo. You don't need to change any of these settings other than the link in the top section. So for the logo, I'm just going to leave that blank for now. And then I will go on to the last section here. So this last section lets you...
Drae,
Yep.
for the logo, if you had to put one in, where exactly would that go? Would it go in the middle of the QR code, or would it be somewhere else?
I was going to show that afterwards. So it depends on the size of the logo. So in this last section here, these let you change the shape of the squares, and then these let you change these three squares that change the position of the QR code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select some random ones of these and then click create QR code so we can see what this comes out like. Well, there we go. So as you can see, that's a very unique QR code, especially with these edges being kind of curvy and pointy. Normal QR codes don't do that. So this helps you stand out from the competition and create as many logos as you want. So let me come back up to the colors here. And I'm going to change the colors to be purple maybe, and then click create QR code. And as you can see, it updates very quickly. So very useful. All right, so now what I will do is I'll find those logos. So if I come back to here and click upload image, there's logos, and I will first do a square image and then click create QR code. So for this square image, it puts it in the middle of the QR code. And you might have also noticed that it actually made the QR code bigger, and that's because it needs more pixels because the pixels in the middle are getting covered. So it just moves them around so that it can still see them. So what I'll do now is I'm going to upload another image. This one here is a bit longer. So if I do that and click create, you can see that goes across a bit more. And if you have images that are even longer, like more rectangular, they can go further into the edges of the QR code. So it depends on the size of the QR code as to how it's displayed. If you have a very small square image, it does just show a very small square in the center, and that's kind of annoying depending on how you wanted it to look. The other thing I'll show you is if I do these dots here, these dots have a transparent background. So if I upload those, you might not be able to see it, but the dots did actually upload correctly. So the transparent backgrounds do work. So if you want to upload something, let me actually try, that one should work better, hopefully. So if you do, oh, there we go, you can kind of see the text there with the transparent background. So if you upload an image with a transparent background, it will look correct in the proportions. So with all of that, so these are just normal text URLs so that when they get scanned, it opens up a website link and takes someone to your website, to a product page, a sign-up page, maybe to your CRM. But there are lots of other ways you can use QR codes. You might have noticed this bar at the top here. So we've got the one that we've been using, which is URL. There's also text, email, and a lot more. So if I click on Wi-Fi, you can see here that these options are, so this one here is the name of your Wi-Fi, the password, and the encryption style. So if you created this as a QR code, this would automatically log into your Wi-Fi. That might not be useful for your business, but what is this called a V card. And Lucia is laughing there. So what this does is if I put in my details, and I can put in my email over here, and if I click create QR code, this QR code will now add a contact into the person's phone when they scan it. So this is extremely useful for having at public events, or if on the back of your business card. Well, I'm assuming that worked. It looks like it. Mum's phone just brought it up. So this is extremely useful because it works on iPhone and Android. It's cross-platform. Yes, Desiree?
So when you're creating the QR code, you can also then move on to vCard, and it will upload your one's phone, email data on that same QR code. Is that correct?
No, so these are two separate QR codes. So you'll need
So there's one QR code for your vCard or the one QR code for your email address. So they're not both together. They're both completely separate.
For your email address, yes. So you can put your email address in the V card as part of your contact. So you can do your first name, last name, email, phone number, all of the details on here, and that will be added to the phone as a contact. But you can't have it go to your website and add to their phone as a contact at the same time. You'll need two different
Okay,
QR codes
that was the question. Yeah, whether so it's two different QR codes. All right, clear. Thank you.
That's okay, Lucia.
And the other thing that, because Drae did a session for my team on Tuesday night on exactly this topic. So at this point too, if you just go back to the window on the V card, Drae, and so it's important though that you include the name of your company where it says organization, so that if they type in Nutrimedics into their phone, it will automatically come up. Otherwise, if you don't have the name, they're not going to necessarily remember who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would try to fill in as many of these details as you can, especially the website field. That would be very handy to have. So yeah, try to fill in as many of these as you can. And just like the website section, you can change the colors, you can add your logos, other images, and change the design. So if I click some of these options and then remove this logo so that it goes smaller, the design should change. Okay, so the design changed there. Okay. I think that was the main thing that I wanted to show. If we go over here, there are extra ones like installing a digital app on either Android or iPhone, but I don't think most of you will be using that. And on this website, they do make you pay for that, but there are other ways to create those for free. Are there any questions? Any other questions? Yes.
Do you happen to know, I've just tried to do it just to share with everyone, but I can't see it. Do you happen to know how to find the price if you wanted to pay for this and get the behind it? Because we were talking before and we were saying that for those that have the Be Connected World CRM, you can actually make QR codes very basic without colors and everything within the CRM. This one gives you the colors and everything, but you don't get the statistics of how many people have scanned it. like you do with it. That's the error I keep getting. I just thought maybe you
The
might,
website might be broken because that says payment failed, 402.
yeah. And it hasn't asked us for a payment yet. We're just trying to get to the pricing.
Yeah, so I think by the look there, it looks like a JavaScript thing might have gone wrong because it's a JavaScript button.
That's a
Yeah, so that's a then problem. Yeah, I've never looked at the pricing on this website. It's always just been free, so I haven't bothered.
yeah. Okay, great.
It's all right.
Anyone else
I got a question.
Yeah.
How can you, with a QR code, obviously you're scanning through, the hackers and spammers are using these now to access your device without you not realizing what you're actually doing or thinking you're doing something different. How can you work out very quickly whether it is doing what you want it to be doing or whether it's not?
So when you hover over a QR code, your phone should have like a little description of what it's going to open. So if it's going to open the App Store, it should have an App Store logo. If it's opening a website, it should show which your app you're using. So if you're using Safari, Google Chrome, Firefox, things like that, it should show when the little pop-up comes up. But there's not a lot of information displayed on the pop-up.
No.
Yeah, that one's a bit hard because it depends on the operating system. I wouldn't recommend it, but I guess you could download like a QR code specific app and that might give you more information before you actually go through with the action. But I usually don't recommend downloading QR code apps because QR code scanners are built into all phone cameras by default. And the QR code apps usually are just malware that are designed because people don't know that it's built into normal cameras. So they just make apps for it, getting people to download it, showing them ads, stealing their information, things like that.
Yeah. So basically you're still open to things being wrong or attack.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you're definitely still open to things being wrong. It's just more the app that it shows you, I think. I think they should probably update that. That's a very good point.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's okay.